Hi friends, I am back with a wood bunny cutout that is in my Etsy shop, and I will put the link to that in the description of this video, as well as all the products that I'm going to use. We're going to use some Valspar Antiquing Glaze on this guy first. So Antiquing Glaze is usually used to glaze over paint to give it a distressed look, but it's also great for staining wood. So you just paint it on like you would any kind of stain, and then wipe it off with a dry paper towel, and there you go. It dries super quick, and it's water-based. So we're using, I don't remember if I said, but we're using the color Mouse Mousse in the glaze. And now I'm using Waverly Plaster colored chalk paint. And I did this a little, like 2 layers. I dried in between the layers, and you can kind of see some of the stains still through it. I didn't want it to be super solid white. And I wanted to try something different on this guy. So I picked up this stencil at Walmart. It's a Waverly Stencil. And I wanted to try the antique glaze on the stencil. I did not want a solid color like paint would give you. I wanted it to be a little bit more transparent, so I thought, why not try the glaze and see what happens? So we're going back to that Valspar Antiquing Glaze, and I'm going to use a foam dauber to put the glaze on. Now, glaze is thinner than paint, so I knew that it was going to have a little bit of bleeding no matter what I did, but I had, I was fine with that. So I really like the texture that it came out looking like too, which I'll show you a picture is coming up where it's close up so you can kind of see the texture that the glaze made. I really, really liked it. So I went over the stencil a couple of times and then took it off. And at this point, you do not want to touch the glaze. It needs to be very dry because, again, it's made to brush on, then wipe off. So, and it just leaves like a hint of color behind. So you do not want to touch the glaze at all until it is completely dry. And I don't know if you can tell here, but see how it's a little transparent? It's not as opaque as paint would be. So after I did the little bunny's foot, you see I had a little mark on here, and this is how easy it is to get it off. If it's wet, it comes right off. It depends on how much wet you use. And here's the close-up picture. Look at that mottled texture on there. I really like it. So I'm all about sanding stuff too. I want to give this a little bit of a distressing. So I'm using my 80 grit sandpaper and just kind of randomly going around the edges, and I sanded all the way down to the natural wood. So we've got several layers of color there. Here's what it looks like on the back. I did not stencil the back, and if you're not a stenciler, if you don't like all that business, then I think he's cute just like this, just with some paint and a little bit of distressing. And here he is on display. I really like the way that it came out. Very happy with it. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will try this. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will do so. And don't forget, hit that bell before you go, and I will see you guys soon.